Hi, my name is Eric Maloney with Spalding Ridge. Today I want to walk you through a strategic workforce planning demonstration utilizing the Anaplan platform. This is going to be a demonstration to show how silos can be broken down amongst departments within an organization, departments like finance and HR and department leaders, and then how those group of people can make decisions based on projections of a company's future as opposed to just the current state of the business. So I'd like to start by going into the Anaplan platform, and we're going to orient ourselves around this first page, our workforce planning summary page. All right, so Anaplan as a platform can be built at multi-levels of the organization. So today we're going to put ourselves inside Spalding Ridge's energy company. That'll be our parent company. And more specifically, inside the fossil fuel division, at the gas operating company, and then finally within the Azusa pipeline division. All right, so let's put ourselves in the shoes of our Azusa pipeline leaders. So our first page we're coming to here, our workforce planning summary page, is going to be a headcount based summary. So we're looking at two different lines here in the chart up on top, a projected headcount versus a targeted headcount. So first I want to talk about the projected headcount. The projected headcount is going to be starting with the link to our employee database system, our source of record. And for whatever month we're in, so right now, July 2022, that's going to be actual data. And all months previous will also be actual data. All right, and then as I look into the future, I can do this like we're doing here on a monthly basis in the current year. I could also go out to next year or a 3-year plan or a 5-year plan. All right, so we're going to keep ourselves in the current year, but as a projection into the future months of the current year. So I start with a beginning headcount, and I'm gonna bring us down to this headcount summary by department. So again, right now we're looking at Azusa pipeline, all the departments. Our different departments are maintenance and training and operations, engineering and services. All the same kind of departments you're gonna find at a energy company like Azusa Pipeline or a utility like our Spalding Ridge Energy Company. So we're gonna start with that beginning headcount, and then we're gonna start to apply different projections that we do have. So our first one is transfers. Transfers are going to be internal transfers where I'm going to plan for a maintenance supervisor to be transitioned over to an operations supervisor. Those types of transitions. So those are accounted for. Additions, right? So when I'm looking at additions, that's the next one. We're going to look at the pipeline into our organization. A lot of companies like this are going to have ramp up periods that we'll look at, and they're going to be taken care of through things like pipeline planning. All right, and the third lever that we're going to look at is attrition. So expected attrition. We can do that in a number of different ways. Here we've done that on a historical data look and applying that going forward. You can do this. You can plan for attritions in various other ways as well, but that's how we're going to do that here. So when we apply those 3 different types of projections onto our headcount, we're going to end up on this projected headcount line. All right, so at our pipeline, with all our departments considered, the blue line is going to be that projected headcount. And what we're comparing that to is this targeted headcount. With a targeted headcount, that can take in things like demand planning, projects that are upcoming, that are in flight in our organization, ongoing operations, the full suite of people that it takes to run our business, and then initiatives that our company has, strategic initiatives that our company has in flight to be able to better the business. So that targeted headcount is what I want the size and the shape of my organization to be. All right, so comparing those two, if I put myself in the shoes of our HR leader, our HR leader is going to be able to look at the Azusa pipeline within all the departments, and in this current month of July, we're 107% over our targeted headcount. So our targeted headcount is 227 folks, and right now I have 242. Is that good? Is that bad? Well, if I just look at the current month, I'm going to say, well, that's too many, right? So I should scale back on the number of people I have. But when I'm able to look into the future here and see that when I combine demand planning, projects, initiatives, ongoing operations, well, by the end of the year, I'm actually going to be down in people. By December, I'm only going to have 91% of my headcount that I need. So instead of saying I'm too far over in people, so I need to scale back. It's actually the opposite. I need to go out and hire right now so that come the end of the year, I have enough people to take care of our operations. All right, so the next group I want to transition us to is the shoes of our finance organization. So our finance organization is going to be looking at those heads as they are concerned in the dollars, right? So here, same source of information, same historical actuals in our people. We're going to take in different aspects of those people, like salary, their bonus, their overtime that they're getting paid, the benefits, payroll tax, to a fully loaded rate here of total compensation. So if I look at total compensation versus our budget, right? So our red line here is our budget. And from a finance perspective, now I'm able to see that those inputs of attritions that I'm expected, of transfers I'm expecting, of the pipeline plan I'm looking to hire, once I account for all those, specifically in our engineering group here, like we're looking at, I can see that come December, I'm going to be right on target for my budget. If again I was to look at July, I might show that I'm over budget on this month. If I'm to look at September, which looks like a specifically high level month for budget, maybe there's an initiative involved in that month. Right now, I'm significantly under budget. So I need to do something with my engineering headcount to account for the bow wave of activity that's coming in September. But I don't need to do it with maybe a permanent FTE because I see that based on my headcount and my budget, I'm going to be on target for December. All right, the next group I want to put us into is the department leaders. And department leaders they're going to be affected, impacted, and care about each one of these as well. They're going to care about the headcount foundation that we looked in that initial summary page. They're going to care about their department's budget with the O&M. And then they're also going to care about the pipeline plan for how people are coming into our organization. So I want to specifically have us look at our maintenance department. All right, so our maintenance department is going to be able to put in, so this is our maintenance director, our leader of our maintenance department. He's going to be able to come in, he or she is going to be able to come in and put in new classes of people until they're able to right size and right shape their organization. So there's a few pieces of this dashboard I want to call out. First one is this end year headcount projection in the middle. So when I look at my union mechanics, based on the classes that I have in flight or planned, so I'm looking at the bottom here. I have exactly the number of mechanics at the end of the year that I'm expected to have, that my target headcount says I should have. All right, and that's in contrast to my electricians and my instrument maintenance techs. Those projected headcounts are off. So when I'm looking at my pipeline, do I have the right number of people coming in based on attritions I'm expected, based on transfers I'm expecting, based on the other classes that I've planned for? Do I have enough? Do I have too many or do I have too little? And that's what this dashboard is going to help us figure out. All right, so they'll continue to make classes, planning for upcoming classes, planning for upcoming years until they get that their organization is planned to be the right shape. And so now there's some fringe or other departments and other stakeholders here that can come to a page like this and take from it. So if we think about our talent acquisition group can come in here and see, all right, so I've got a class of union mechanics that need to be hired in February 2023. That's a bit ways out. So maybe I don't have to do anything about it right now, but I do know that sometime around end of 2022, I need to be out searching for these people. I know that my department heads or my maintenance department needs 5 of those people. So I need to start opening requisitions and getting applications sometime late 2022. So this is readily available to other stakeholders like that. All right, let's think about another group of people. How about the training department? The training department that needs to be ready to train those mechanics. The training department that needs to be ready to train an engineer, 4 engineers that'll be coming in November 2022. Those are other departments that can take from this. And finally, what the last piece I want to talk through about the strategic part of this workforce planning application is in qualifications. A lot of these companies that are built to very specific skill sets have very specific qualifications that they plan around. So one I want to call to here to show how this works would be in our engineering group, and specifically the safety related engineering qualification. So here I see 4 safety related engineering qualifications that my place, Azusa Pipeline, my division, has within it. All right, so I have 4, and I have this set up down here in the bottom right that the minimum I'm required to have at Azusa Pipeline is 4. Right, so I'm okay in July. But what I'm able to see is that when I apply those expected attritions, when I apply those expected movements of people, I can see that in October 2022, one of those safety related engineer qualification, that the people that hold it are expected to leave. They're looking like they're going to be leaving this organization. And then one more is following suit in December. So from a knowledge transfer and retention perspective, from a department leader perspective, from a training perspective, I need to get somebody qualified as a safety related engineer pretty soon. And I actually need 2 people that I need to be qualified safety related engineer pretty soon. If I want to get into the details of that, I can do that through these cards on the side that show more details, that'll show the age of the people that do hold the qualifications, where they're located at, which quals they do have, and all the background data associated. But this is how, just through those 4 quick, very short and brief dashboards, we're able to see that a head count can be applied through the business plan, through the financial plan, through a talent acquisition plan, through a training plan, and it can all be housed within Anaplan, within one software where all people keep their plans together, and you can draw from insights to apply those together to look at decisions in the future. All right, so I appreciate you taking your time watching this demo here. If you have any more questions, you can feel free to reach out to me or anyone else at Spalding Ridge, and we'd love to walk you through it. Thank you.